Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream. I'm going to do your September the 4th, just for today, in a meditation. The title of it is Cluttered Spirits. We try to remember that when we make amends, we are doing it for ourselves. That comes from the basic text, page 41. As long as we still owe amends, our spirits are cluttered with things we don't need. We're carrying the extra load of an apology owed, a resentment held, or unexpressed remorse. It's like having a messy house. We could leave so we don't have to see the mess, or maybe just step over the piles of debris and pretend they aren't there. But ignoring the disorder won't make it disappear. In the end, the dirty dishes, the crumb-filled carpet, and the overflowing wastebaskets are still there, waiting to be cleaned up. A cluttered spirit is just as hard to live with as a messy house. We always seem to be tripping over yesterday's leavings. Every time we turn around and try to go somewhere, there is something blocking our path. The more we neglect our responsibility to make amends, the more cluttered our spirits become. And we can't even hire someone to clean up. We have to do the work ourselves. We gain a deep sense of satisfaction from making our own amends, just as we would feel after we've cleaned our homes and have time to enjoy a bit of sunshine through sparkling windows. So will our spirits rejoice at our freedom to truly enjoy our recovery. And once the big mess is cleaned up, all we have to do is pick up after ourselves as we go along. Just for today, I will clear away what's cluttering my spirit by making the amends I owe. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the wee version of Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. Yes, so good morning to you again. Glad to be here with you. The title of this meditation, Cluttered Spirits, it compares making amends to, or not making amends, right? To leaving your house cluttered, leaving your house dirty, making mess after mess, day after day, and not cleaning it up. And then wondering why you can't get out the door without having to step over stuff. Things are in the way. You come home, yesterday's mess is laying right where you laid it when you came through the door, dropping it and wondering why you're uncomfortable. Well, for one, you're looking at the mess that you made every day, and it's just gathering. It's becoming more and more and more, right? And that's how living life is. To think that a human being can go through life without making an amends wherever it's needed, whenever it's needed, eventually, right? Because the 10th step tells us we do it promptly. But all of the stuff that we've gathered over the years, the worst thing I can think of is doing a step 8, making a list, and not doing a step 9. Sometimes people do some of their list, right? They're able to. But in some instances, they really don't know what to do to make an amends for some of the issues that are on there. The full amends might be out of their scope. And that's when you pull your sponsor in and you try to figure out what is within your scope. and then to be about the business of doing it. It's not easy. I know from my own experience. The weightier things that really reflect on who you are not just those personal relationships, but the way you've been in organizations, the way you've handled jobs, your credit, different things. I don't say your credit like that, but debts that you might owe from years gone by and ignored them because you just knew the person didn't care one way or the other. They told you that when they gave it to you, right? These are things that sometimes we decide, oh, I'm not going to deal with that. But I guarantee you, it feels so much better when you do. And you can tell the difference in your spirit when you don't. So we're here to unclutter our spirits by making the amends that we owe. And only you can do it. I think I've hired a cleaning lady one time. I hired her one time. She did an excellent job. I had one project that I really wanted her to do, right? And I have this huge closet that is supposed to be a linen closet, but it's a cleaning product closet. It is an electronic, closet. It has buckets in it now that all match. They're all have a tag dangling off the front of them, something I learned off of YouTube to label what's in that particular bucket or tub. But it's even different than what I hired her to do. When I hired this lady to come in and clean my closet, it was a week-long project, and she would come for 4 hours, right? She would come for 4 hours a day. Towards the end of the week, she didn't need to come that long, but literally paying her this money, $25 an hour at 4 hours a day for 5 days. And I didn't pay her quite 500. As I said, it dwindled down towards the end of the week, but just the unpacking of the closet was daunting. But she had a clear idea of what she needed. And for everything that she needed, I had to fork over money so she could go buy it. And I kept thinking to myself, if she doesn't, I don't see the vision. I don't see the vision. But I'll tell you what, by the time she left, it was immaculate. And every dime that I paid, I felt was worth it. All I needed to do was maintain it. And it was well over a year before I felt that I had let it go, right? I was able to maintain it for quite a while. But the point is that having someone else come in and do your work is expensive. And it's only going to last a while because you're not invested. You haven't invested in the change. Now, I'm talking hypothetically, right? I'm talking in a parable. And I'm just saying that when you actually declutter your spirit, you will appreciate it more. I really do believe you will. I know I do. My name is MightyStream. I've enjoyed talking to you today. I hope that you'll have a beautiful day on